Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Willis Reed moment here. Jimmy Palumbo Show, show number 145, the COVID show. I don't know why I'm doing this show. I still feel like shit. I'm coming out of it a little bit. Still testing positive here at Shea. I got shit in my eyes. You can see
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. This is a bad program right now. This is like that last season of Happy Days. That joke is funny to 8 people if you're listening.
Damn it, that's another one. That's another Jimmyism that we have to add to the list. Joke is funny to 5 people.
That's it. Yes, of course, you know that Dave Sturchio is sadly, as much as he tries to deny that I have no influence over him, he walks around his house doing Jimmy Palumbo-isms to the disdain of your family, even your kids. Like, Dad, what are you talking about?
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Jimmy Choo.
Yep.
Well, this is a nice start here to show number 145 from the Omni. And of course, we are still sticking to I think my brother's listening live. Let's see who's in the chat room. I can't get.
It's got a Yanni Alvarez.
Yanni Alvarez is
Yanni.
here.
All right, Yanni Alvarez. Dying Breed Garage in the building as always.
Dying Breed Garage. Let me get rid of this shit again over here. Yanni, happy holidays. I have COVID. Princess Yanni, come save me.
You look. I'm gonna.
No. First of all, no. I don't want to hear. No. You're the reason why I have COVID, Dave Sturchio. You know why?
I haven't seen you. First of all, I haven't seen you in person.
It goes through the fucking lens. You know why? Because you're one of those guys like, dude, just don't test. You know what that's like saying to me?
No. It's you basically. I'm surprised you're not wearing a mask to do the show. Is what I'm saying right now. Okay,
First of all, listen. I got COVID the first time. I felt shitty for about 8 hours, and I was back. I went 6 innings. I scattered 5 hits. Okay, this one came along. I figured, all right, here we go. So I'll still take them out. Next thing you know, I'm aging. Jimmy Palumbo, another Jimmyism. I was taken out of the game 1 2/3, 11 hits. We're down 5-0. I didn't recover from this one. But jerk-off's like you, I just don't test. It ain't that. And then you spread it all to me.
Spread.
You
I'm a big
spread
spreader.
it to my face. That's what you do.
It's spread. Jimmy,
you know what?
COVID went away 2 years ago, and you're just like, look at COVID is making a return here. It's like COVID is wearing the 45 jersey right now from Jordan's return.
First of all, I mean, actually, you look like Ewing with Orlando. Listen, the bottom line is, you act like COVID is not around. I can't.
No, it's around. It's around.
You know how you know what? I'm officially rooting for COVID. I am rooting for Dave Sturchio to get COVID.
Listen,
the day you test for COVID and when you have COVID and you don't feel well, we're doing the show live the minute while you're peeing on the
2 weeks
stick.
ago, I got home from Disney 2 weeks ago. I felt like garbage for a week and a half. So more than likely, it could have been that. But you know what? The telltale signs are. Remember way back in I can't taste and smell. I can't do this. I can't do that. I had a fucking stuffy nose and a cough, and I wasn't about to be like, I guess I got to stop my world. Like, it ain't that no more. It ain't that no more, though. It's not.
No, here's what you do, though.
I'm boosted. Okay. I'm not boosted. I'm vaxxed.
Okay.
Like, I'm fine.
Okay, so your theory is, okay, listen, I'm not going to test. What I'll do is I'll give it to everyone else, too, so they get sick.
That's I was around 50 other people since then, and not a goddamn soul said I feel sick.
How do you know?
Because they would have told me.
No, they wouldn't have told you. Nobody. I met
who else do I see besides Chris, who I see here at the studio once every third full moon?
Chris has had COVID since 1986.
Okay, right. And you know what? I even told him. I was like, yeah, Jimmy got COVID. He goes, it's still like a thing. And I was like,
you sound so stupid.
No, I don't.
You spread it by not. If you feel like shit. Okay, I got elderly parents. How old are your parents? Are like in their 70s. They're kids yet.
No, they're not. Okay. First of all, my dad's 65 and my bonus mom is 62.
So they're still young, but if your parents are older, you have a grandmother, anybody floating around there?
I do not have any grandparents.
So you don't have any old people in your. You know what? You're toast. So I can't wait for you to get COVID.
First of all, I've gotten COVID like 17 times, bro. Everybody's gotten it.
But you didn't get. You were asymptomatic. You didn't get sick from it.
The difference is now, Jimmy, is that nobody's posting. You're the epitome of the who gives a fuck button joke that you created.
No. Well, first of all, my post.
Christmas. Merry Christmas from COVID. It's like, all right, you know what?
First of all, my
if COVID is
post.
going around still, people still have it. Great, but nobody's announcing it like it's a fucking
Well,
big deal.
First of all, it was my Merry Christmas. When it's around, if this was the middle of June, nobody would care. But when it hits the holidays and you can't go, I couldn't go to the Palumbo Christmas party.
Here we go.
I couldn't go to my mom's house.
It's like, come on.
First of all, and you know what? By the way, it got more.
Don't do it.
It got more, dude. First of all, you know what? It was like a young Tommy DeVito. That's how many things that post got.
And much like Tommy DeVito, it'll be gone and forgotten about in a month.
That's what I thought. Meanwhile, 8 years from now, he's still going to be the backup for us. I see that? You're a spreader. You're a spreader. I hope you give it to Gucci and he gets really sick.
Gucci's
and then we'll laugh.
Immune. He's immunized.
No,
Gucci is Aaron Rodgers of this studio.
You're such an asshole. It's unbelievable. And your kids are going to get it.
Kids.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if your wife gets it, wait do you see how that goes. Yeah, and Sturchio family wants to talk it over.
Steph gets it, and I'm like, I can't believe I contracted it. Where'd I get it from? Oh, I did a podcast with Jimmy. He had it, so it probably got it transferred through the web.
Through the microphone,
and,
please.
You know, those
you're a super spreader because you don't give a fuck about people. That's what it is. All right. Good afternoon, Joey Pizzella, Yenny Alvarez, Mark DiCarlo. Hot opening. Dave Sturchio's an ass. You know what it is? His Cowboys lost. And right now, show number 145, which is the one Cecil Fielder. The Cowboys lose, and you become like an anti-vaxxer COVID.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
the Cowboys drop a heartbreaker on Christmas Eve. I become a Trump-thumping fucking Republican. I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how simple it is. Just like that. Who do they play next November, the week before the election? You can probably look that up. You assholes have that ability.
No schedule.
I don't know. I wait till the season. But you know what? Listen, it's the show number 145. And now that I'm aggravated now, and you aggravated my soul to get the fucking COVID out of me. I picked out a baseball card. It's a guy I thought was much better, but he was a decent, very good player. Jimmy Key. You remember him?
Oh, love Jimmy Key.
Yeah, Jimmy Key was tough.
Key component to the 94 strike season.
Correct. Yeah, he was like, listen, bottom line is his record, played 15 years, a lefty. He was 186 and 117. With a 3.51 ERA. So he's making about $27 million a year this year. He started 389 games. He played with Toronto, the Yankees, and Baltimore. With the Yankees, he was 49 and 23 from 93 to 96. In 93, he was 18 and 6. 94, he was 17 and 4. And
he could have won. He could have won a couple Cy Youngs with those.
Yeah, he's 62 years old today. He won a World Series with the Yankees in 96 and Toronto in 92. He was a very good. Jimmy Key was a good postseason pitcher. His ERA was pretty good in all his postseason games. First of all, he batted .410 in high school, so he was like a good hitter as well. Would say all those good players were like studs.
So basically, Ohtani Jace, I guess.
Exactly right. He gave up remember Jimmy Key gave up the long ball though for. Like Neil Goldhaber. There's no difference in the flu. Facts. First of all, Neil, I don't want to hear you.
Here we go.
You're down in flu.
And here we go.
If you think I'm going to go down that rabbit hole, what kind of doctor are you anyway? Fucking Neil Goldhaber.
He plays one on TV.
He plays one. I've never played a doctor on TV.
No, never. Actually. Not one. You have like 800 credits. You have no doctor credits.
I mean, look at Neil Goldhaber, okay, and then look at me. You think they're going to cast me as a doctor? I mean,
you're the receptionist at the hospital.
Exactly right.
Or no. Better yet, the doorman at the hospital.
I have a better chance of playing Dr. J in a miniseries than I do playing a doctor on television. Palumbo with a sky jab and he's fine. The doctor. Neil Goldhaber. No difference in the flu. Okay. All right. Well, listen. Yeah. Definitely. Neil, you're in Florida, right?
I rock with you, Neil. I rock with you, Dr. Neil.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so getting back to the fucking show, you know what? I may have to just drop the mic. One thing about Jimmy Key, if you remember, though, getting back to Jimmy Key, he gave up the long ball because he was like a junk ball pitcher a lot. He didn't have a good his
curveball was a floater,
right?
Like it's just like, and people if they predicted curveball, it was like licking their lips, like this ball's going 400, boy.
And he had a backdoor slider. He was one of those like guys, he'd probably get tattooed. Like Stanton would probably take him deep a couple times, but the 5-time times he won over 15 games. That's impressive. And a good postseason pitch, like I said, his slider, curve, not a great fastball. He actually made pretty good money when he became a free agent 3 times. He cashed in with the Yankees and twice. I mean, he was a free agent. He cashed in on the Yankees and Baltimore for 2 years, which I forgot. They lost him to free agency to Baltimore. I don't remember.
I don't remember that at all.
And the Yankees were good. They're 97 there, 98.
Oh, yeah, they won the fucking World Series a couple times.
I know. Why didn't they resign him? They won it in 96.
Well, because they might have gotten their hands on a young stud named Andy Pettit and then another heat-throwing missile seeker like Roger Clemens. You know, these guys all started coming over.
I know, but still,
in his prime.
I'd take Jimmy Key over.
I'd take Yarabu before he hung himself.
Jesus Christ, what is going? And Dave Sturchio is a Bloody Mary morning here from the Omni.
Yeah, sorry.
Post-Christmas bullshit. Anyway, Jimmy Key is my guy. And who's your guy right now?
Yeah, right. Well, good thing you asked.
The amount of research you did on this, about 11 seconds.
You might have heard of this gentleman. He played first base for the hated, bitter rival Boston Red Sox from 1980 to 1986. So he was a part of the 86 team when they lost to the Mets in the World Series. My favorite thing before I get to his name is, you know, sometimes the cards, they give out like a fun fact or some shit, like just some random thing. Well, the fun fact about this guy is him and his wife have a son named Shawn Michael. And that's it. That's all it says. It's interesting. So he's a father. Congratulations. And my guy's name is Dave Stapleton. He played first base. His home run,
curly hair, I think.
41 home runs. Yeah, he had a nice little. He had a hockey cut, I want to call it. It's like the waves that come out from under your hat.
Yeah, I remember it.
So I found this card. It was actually on the top. So instead of like going through and sifting, I did the right thing.
You take the top.
I took the top card on this date. August 14th, 1971, Bob Gibson. I don't know. There's nothing interesting about this guy. They have to start talking about other people on the back of his base.
What was his lifetime batting average?
Lifetime batting average would have gotten him paid a buckload. No, 271. So not his last year was brutal. He only
how do you know it was his last year? If you're just looking at the card, he could have played longer than the card.
This is very true. This is true. So
again, your research. It's called baseballreference.com. I'm looking up one time. You didn't even bother.
Anyway, his lifetime batting average, according to this card, so 1986 was 271.
Okay,
so that's Dave Stapleton, Red Sox bum.
So good to have Dave on the show. He's got a typewriter in the background. He's typing letters out and a dial phone here. Research. The minimal effort right there. You're like a young Steve Roman. Which brings us to now this is going to be a nasty show. I can tell you right now. Here we go. The Patreon. We are back to 38. 38. Robin Achani.
They probably, you know what? They probably saw your COVID post. And you're like, you know what? The least I can do is give this guy $3.
She's giving me $3 a month because she said he's got COVID and he's missing for the first time. I was not with my mother on Christmas Day, so that sucked ass. So Patreon people.
Hold on. I have to combat you with that. 2020 and 2021, you were with your mom on Christmas? Peak COVID.
Oh, maybe we didn't do that.
Yeah. No, nobody did.
No, because it was COVID happened in March. By
December, we were doing the whole like can't be more than 10 people, or some shit like that. So.
No, we wore masks and nobody tested positive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody tested positive. If you test positive and you still go out, you're an asshole. That should be a doctor. That goes for Florida, Neil Goldhaber's house.
Let's shut down Disney all over again because people are sniffling.
Joey Bozzella wrote it. Paging Dr. Trino.
And you know what? I heard that in the voice of the movie The Hangover, where it's not Dr. Trino. We can do the math on that
one. So Robin Achani comes in at 38 after being part of the squad, leaving for you're like the guy who leaves for the other team for free agency, and then Robin comes back eventually. Plays with the Yankees and
basically Alfonso Soriano.
Yes, he's the Soriano of Patreon. I want to give a shout out to my boy Bob Sheehan. His mother's not feeling so good. She's in the hospital. Also, big shout out to Daryl Clark. He texted me to make sure I'm all right with the COVID shit. His Saints stink. More on that later. And we're at 38 Patreons, and we need to get to 39. Darryl Strawberry, 39. We need someone out there is
Name another 39. Name another 39 at all. Any sport. 39's a rough one.
I just remember Strawberry. Was he? I don't even know if he was 39 on the Mets. I don't even know.
No, I think he was 18 on them, or that was Gooden. I don't think he was 39 in the Mets.
No, he was 39.
Somebody could fill us in on that. But yeah, 39 was that's a very weird number. I don't think.
Plus, he was still doing drugs and everything, of course. And
it's cocaine
so that's
day
that.
Here
and of course, we got to get right to chasingmiracles.com because my daughter with her knee surgery, we're going to get to that in a second. The patches help my daughter greatly. Go to chasingmiracles.com. Stem cell patches. Shit your body needs it, Shay. My mother's still using them. They're helping out her friends, her knees. This is non-invasive, no needles. You can put it right on your skin. It's easy to wear it 12 hours a day. You take it off for 12 hours a day. 39, Larry Zonka. Terrible job by us. Terrible job by me.
Wow.
My brother.
I don't even know who that was. Who was
my
that?
brother
39.
is.
You
know what? I bet that's my brother. Well,
it's somebody watching on Facebook, so I'll do the math here. Hold
on. Strawberry was 18 with the what a terrible job. Not knowing.
Yeah, I know. I feel really stupid now. Actually.
Yeah, me too. That's definitely my brother. Giving me shit.
No, friend of the show, Sean Curtis, the big Chop Sports poster.
All right.
Sean Curtis says, Larry Zonka, come on, fellas.
My brother's listening to this live, and he's like,
Strawberry was 18. I nailed that shit. All right,
but he was.
What the hell was good?
Yankee fans don't count the Strawberry on the Mets. He was only when he was the Yankees. Anyway, so chasingmiracles.com. You got to talk to Tommy and Donna. They'll guide you through it. They're sending me some other stuff for my daughter for pain in her knee. We're going to get to that in a second. Go to chasingmiracles.com. No needles, non-invasive, and it's all this stem cell stuff. It's all shit your body needs. This stuff is great. And they are the sponsor of my lovely show. So, yeah, well, let's see. Let's just go through my week here at Shay. So my daughter had to get knee surgery on Thursday. And the Wednesday night before, I'm scrambling all over the place. I come into her house to see how she was doing because she was getting a little nervous. And Natalie's mother tells me, I just tested positive for COVID. Now I'm like, do we got to call the doctor? Do they do surgeries when you have COVID? I don't know how that works. And the guy says, as long as she tested, your daughter's tested negative and she has no symptoms, we're gonna put her on the table. So we go in there. I have to take her by myself because Stephanie couldn't get near the hospital, blah, 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 although she eventually showed up. My sister and brother-in-law were kind enough to show up to be with me while I was nervous, that whole anesthesia thing. I just don't buy into that shit. And so she came out of she goes in there, she came out of the surgery. The doctor was like, everything went well. And, but they don't give you they don't give you pills anymore. Like, Motrin and Tylenol. I'm like, all right. But I knew, because when I got my my surgery on my hernia, once all the crap they put in you through the tube, where it runs its course.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Brutal.
It's a high spiraling kick taken out of zone 8. So I got a call at 12:30 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. She was screaming in pain. I went over there, and her mom couldn't be near because she had the COVID. So my 89-year-old in-laws were there. It was a nightmare. So I get over there. She's like screaming, "Daddy, take me to the hospital. I can't take this." And I'm like, so I just held her, said, "Nah, it'll be okay." She fell asleep in such an awful way. Like, she fell asleep.
Cried herself to sleep.
Yeah.
Pain, she knocked herself out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's the worst. Dude, I'm telling you, there's nothing worse. It's
I've dealt with it.
You like, oh
already.
my God, this is awful. And, so the first 48 hours were shitty, but then we got her on this proper regimen of, first they were like 4 hours with the Motrin, 3 hours, it was like with the confusion. Finally, the one nurse said, every 3 hours, you give her a Motrin, the next 3 hours, give her a Tylenol. We did that, and we didn't miss. Matter of fact, a couple times we jumped it early, 20 minutes early. We wanted to talk it over. And that ended up, that was we went right to a hard count. And that ended up helping over the overtime. So she's feeling a little bit better. It's still sore. We got to go back on Thursday.
She seemed pretty fine pre-show, asking about a phone. So she seemed pretty good.
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. But
good.
we got to,
love you, Nat.
Good. which of course then I come home Friday and I slept for a little bit and I had to run out and get shit. And I see the COVID thing on the and I knew I was exposed at the hospital. I said, you know what, I'm in trouble here because my sister-in-law had it. And for some reason, I said, let me just try this, because I wasn't feeling great, but I wasn't sure. Let me just do it in case I find out what's going on. And the double line, Jimmy Palumbo, peas on the stick, and the kick is up and through there. Anybody gets that joke right there is another thing. But the I'm doing bad. I'm doing great announcers.
I'm surprised you didn't do the trick. The kick is true blue, like Bob Papa does. So.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that's so awful. The brought to you by. So I got COVID. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, all right, I got COVID. This sucks, but I'll be all right. Next thing you know, I start feeling like shit. I'm like, well, wait, we went through this COVID thing already. I was fine, and now all of a sudden I needed to talk. I was out of timeouts 8 minutes ago, and I'm like, and I'm just coming out of it a little bit this morning. But I gotta get back into the groove. I gotta just like fight. I'm gonna will this away. Alcohol didn't work. I didn't have enough wine the other night. I was like, so that was that. And then of course I had to watch football this weekend. And yesterday's game, the Tommy DeVito story, that'll do it here. It was supposed to be a 2-hour movie. It was only a little hour and a half movie of the week here.
How fast before the 30 for 30 or the Disney movie? Which one comes first?
Yeah, well, it's because,
like 30 for 30, you can hear the ESPN people like, what if I told you there was a quarterback out of Don Bosco who came and saved the day for Linsanity, and that was
against the Giants played the 3 worst teams in the league. They went 2-1, and then they played all the good teams, and they got smoked.
He's going to have to start paying pizzerias for
First of all, yeah. So some things on the game. I thought the Giants dropped a lot of passes early on. I think that, listen, everybody's like, Eagle. Now, we haven't beaten them since 1945. I get that. But I think the Eagles, I don't want to say they stink, but like the Eagles are so beatable. The Giants, they were down by 8 at midfield. You score there to like the Eagle. Any Eagle fan who's barking right now, calm the fuck down. You guys
they're not barking.
Based
off of Twitter, they're not barking right now. They're not in good spirits after
they shouldn't
hanging
be
on for dear life against the Giants.
They shouldn't be. And first of all, the ref calls. I don't mind like any pass interference call. Odds are usually when you watch the thing, it's usually a pass interference, right? You can't touch the guy.
And how dumb do you feel usually? We're like, how the fuck is that interference? And then they show the replay, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, right.
Happens to be literally every time.
Remember during the Cowboy game, the guy grabbed his ass. You saw his balls and his ass hanging out.
You saw CD's nuts all over the screen.
And the next scene on the next play was a little contact, and there's your flag. That was a makeup call, but still terrible. How could the ref miss that? He was right there. Anyway. But
why are we passing from that distance?
But I'm going to be honest with you. I think the worst call was the end of the half call. You can't do that. Ball was bouncing around. The guy was trying to grab the ball. That was a terrible. And I said it live. I'm sitting by myself with the fucking Christmas tree lights on. And I was like, well, that was a shitty call. You can't blame the guy trying to get the ball out, right? And as soon as they go to that awful halftime show with those 5 assholes sitting around with the fake snow, and Jimmy Johnson became Jimmy Palumbo. I'll tell you, he was like, oh, what an awful call at the end of the half. You can't throw that. He wasn't holding the ball from the guy because Jalen Hurts should have stepped out of bounds and kicked the fucking field goal, but he was trying to be, and he's going to go all the way. No. So that cost the Giants 3 points, which that could have been a big difference in the game. There was a couple of weird shit in the game, but you know what? Here's why the Giants suck. They cut the lead to 5, right? I'm like, all right, now we got a game. 6 minutes to go. Hey, what the fuck? It's an NFL game. Anybody can win, right? And then the Eagles, they didn't pass. It wasn't Jalen Hurts. They were running off tackle, getting 6, 8.
Swift's been doing that all year.
Listen, no. He's a good player. Of course he's a good player. But it was like, the Giants suck. And this is like no defensive stuff. And like Kayvon Thibodeau, how did you possibly with the Giant organization get a day off on Christmas Day? How did you? Everybody else was there. I know Parsons. He got the second half off last as well. I don't know how these great linebackers get to take off these games. It reminds me of like Rutgers players in the day. Like Thibodeau didn't even. The only way, Thibodeau, you see the number 5, you think of Joe D. All of a sudden, you see Joe DiMaggio flying by the screen, but he's always 11 feet from the quarterback, and somehow he's top like 11 in sacks or something like that. It's so stupid. Most of those sacks are like shitty sacks. If you ask me, he stinks. Evan Neal, he's out for the year. He stinks. And I thought Taylor came in, played a great game, and I think if Taylor was in for the whole game, Giants might have won. They really might have won. He's clearly better
Taylor's
than
beating
DeVito.
the Eagles in Week 18. Taylor's
that's
beating
how I
the
feel.
Eagles in Week 18.
That's
That is not even, to me, that's not a debate. It's not.
But I also think Dable stinks. The Giants don't look prepared. The first half, they just don't.
I made a couple comments about Dable.
I saw you. I agree
said,
with
how
you.
the fuck does this guy win Coach of the Year? Why? Because you exceeded sucky expectations. The Giants were predicted to win 6 games and they won 9. So all of a sudden he's like, oh, what a fucking stud.
Yeah.
He has to.
By the way, we were 6-2. We won 9 games last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you had,
and if you're a Viking fan, just shut up because this shitty Giant team beat you in the playoffs. It's embarrassing. So the DeVito thing is over. Thank God for that. But I still love him. I think he'll be a backup, maybe with the Giants next year. I think he could be a
well. Here's the
backup.
thing.
Taylor's gone.
Roman's losing his mind. He's chomping at the bit right now. He needs to get in here. But
all right, I will bring him on then.
I will say I'll say this about the DeVito thing. The only reason why this guy has a legitimate chance to be there next year is because I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be ready to go. So there's going to be an actual competition, but I don't think he even sniffs whoever the fuck the quarterback is.
The Giants may have to pay Taylor a lot of money because he's a free agent. So I think Taylor will be. Would you? You can make the argument that Taylor will be the top 4 backup quarterback free agent next year, right? It has to be.
He's. If I had to choose a backup quarterback in the league, he's definitely top 5 guy that I would want to back up my guy.
He might even be like in terms of like the GMs of the world, he might be number 1 actually. If you let's say like I know Cowboys got that one backup.
It's Cooper Rush.
Yeah, but I mean it's like and you need that, so he'll get his dime. But the Giants may say, hey, we really got to overpay this guy because we got chicken cutlets over there and. Anyway, but let's bring on. I was going to talk about other stuff, but Steve Roman's sitting there with his fucking Christmas tree in the background. So let's get him on. Steve, how you doing?
Guys, how are you?
What's up, beautiful?
Going?
How are you, man? Merry Christmas.
Same to you guys. Same to you. Jimmy, how you feeling? You all right, buddy? I felt bad. The start of the show was absolutely brutal. I really feel good about myself now. The next time I screw up, you know what I'm going to have to say to you. This is beyond Elf on a Shelf. You even brought your daughter in with a new phone. Is this a Fisher Price phone? What's going on, Jimmy?
This is a $1,000 iPhone, asshole.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you that. It must can't wait. Was this the first edition?
I will do this show just long enough to watch
generation?
Dave go through all this shit that I go through.
Dude,
I can't wait.
I'm not rooting for anybody to be hurt or sick. I'm just saying.
I
just think. You're a pussy. That's what I think. That's straight up. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Anybody at this point of their lives right now, you're first of all, you play pickleball, you do all this activities, you're in shape, you think you're gonna run a fucking 9K, and all of a sudden you're like, well, COVID got me down. And it's like, what the fuck? Come on, Jimmy.
You know what?
Fuck up, baby.
Can we get Kyle on the
syphilis.
I want to know the odds. I want to bet. I want to bet illness against Dave Sturchio right now.
Listen, I've been ill for 2 weeks, but I'm here.
Terrible.
I'm still here.
And you are from your dining room, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, good job, Jimmy. Glad you're feeling better.
So, Steve, what are we feeling about Cutlets, and how do we feel about the game against the Eagles?
I love how Jimmy just the last couple of shows, if we were to reminisce where he was and now he just has no interest in Cutlets at all.
Story,
I mean, how bad?
You're right.
I told you.
But I did say he'll stay.
Give us. You said an hour and a half Hallmark special. This was a 30-second Crazy Eddie commercial. If you guys remember Crazy Eddie,
yes, his prices are insane.
Right. That's
Palumbo with a running one-hander with 8 seconds.
Too young. His prices are insane. Those were the prices for the autograph, the new sauce, the green suit for his agent. It's all over. It's all gone. Bye-bye. So I will have to tell you, that was a disgusting performance. But you know what? Taylor came in, and you guys are 100% right. He looked fantastic. He threw that long pass down the field. He's a legitimate mobile quarterback. I mean, he's not this guy. Yeah, this guy's legit. Everybody's saying, "Oh, DeVito doesn't have any experience." Doesn't matter what DeVito has. He's not a pro. And no, he's not going to be a backup. Maybe a third or fourth string for the Canadian Football League. He's not going to be in the NFL.
You know what?
You want to bet? We'll have a side bet on that. He's not going to be in the NFL.
So you're saying he will not be in the NFL next year?
If he's in the NFL, he will be a third string quarterback.
I say he's a backup somewhere.
He reminds me of one. He reminds me of a young Tony Romo, undrafted, nobody heard of him. He came in, saved the day for a couple weeks, but then he got good and actually put up some numbers. That's the story. Like the Cowboys had their guy right there. When they realized, all right, Drew Bledsoe ain't cutting it, it might be Tony Romo's time. If Bill Parcells tells you this guy could be something, then you listen. But if Brian Daboll's out there saying that this guy is the next big thing, I don't think he believes it either.
No,
so that's the problem. I think he's just doing a lot of coach speak right now.
The Giants had to do what they had to do. They had Taylor's a free agent next year, so he may not be around. Daniel Jones is out for the year. The Giants were not making the playoffs, so he said, "You know what? Let's get this guy a 3-game tryout, see what he can do." And I think the Giants you know what? We have no offensive line. We have a shitty defense. Everything sucks.
And look, he's going to be super cheap. He's not going to. You're not going to pay him a lot.
He's costing him $19.95 or $9.95 a month Colonial Penn insurance. And next thing you know,
it comes with a cornhole liner upper, right. Which is also upper. That closes the deal. Yeah, it's a liner upper. That's how I put it on.
But it was fun while it lasted, and the Taylor came in and they had to pull him because the Giants were down 20-3. And what are you going to do?
I mean, it was just really, really bad news. And then the Dallas game. What happened to Dallas? Micah Parsons was not really around.
Yeah, because he's being held for the last 35 quarters and has not gotten one call. Not one call. And you thought I made that number up. It's been 35 football quarters since any offensive lineman was called for holding on Micah Parsons. And if you watch the game and you watch these frozen still shots, he's being choked like destruction was back in the ring.
Listen, I'm a Lawrence Taylor fan. Are you kidding me?
And then you should know. No,
but Taylor invented the quadruple team.
Different times. But I guess we could talk about the refereeing. It's a big topic.
It's across
right
the
now.
board. It's across the board.
And the NFL is in bed with they own all of these betting companies. MGM, they're involved in all of the big Fortune 500.
It's going to become wrestling.
Is there right, Jimmy?
If it hasn't already.
If it hasn't already, is it already wrestling? Is it already fake? I mean, I don't know.
Whoa! We don't throw the F word around here. No. We talk about we say it's scripted and predetermined. We don't say fake.
Sorry, well,
right? Tell my fucking ACL. Tell my ACL is fake.
The glass.
Tell me my ACL is fake. Tell me my 6 concussions in fake. It's not fucking fake.
The F on the shelf is fake. Your kids are not around. That is fake.
I think Elf on the shelf is real.
What's going on with the calls in the NFL? The passing interference calls, which you guys touched on early, and then you're saying, "Oh, there was that," and then you look on slow mo, you're going, "Ooh, I am a schmuck," but you're going, "Wow, there's a lot of bizarre, interesting calls going on that don't seem legitimate."
I don't think the league needs to make games longer. I do like the length of a 3-hour football game because that's what you're in for.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something. They got to do something about
pass interference.
Not even pass interference. Because remember, they went through a year where you could review that. If you remember, it was a couple years back.
Yeah, but
they could review it and challenge it.
The rules are if you get touched. It's
right. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not talking about interference. I'm talking about the roughing the passer penalties, because it's like
I agree.
You can't go low, you can't go high, you can't put your body weight on them. You can't do anything to these quarterbacks unless it's flagged. You literally, my father said yesterday, he's like, you got to rap, and I'm like, it's not rap because if you put your body weight on them, they're gonna flag you again. So it's just like that's got to be reviewable to an extent. Maybe like one review. Maybe you get one penalty challenge per game. Penalty challenge could be any penalty. Like if there's a deep holding in the late fourth,
but you
got to be able to do something, because you can't just rely on these guys to literally defy physics. You're asking these 250-pound athletes to stop on the dime and not touch the quarterback, and they're taught their whole lives to kill the quarterback.
Right.
I also, how about when there's a flag on the play and the refs get together and
nah.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
No call.
What I don't like about it is their body language is like, like it should be more direct. Like I saw this and another guy. Instead, it's like, shut the fuck.
I want
throw the flag and call the.
I agree, Jimmy. What about how bad is the Giant tackling? Have you watched? I mean, D-Ball, the coach of the year, they can't tackle. They can't wrap around. Nobody's wrapping anything
solid
up.
Scheme, Wink Martindale. But guess what? You can't teach. Everybody wants to fucking throw a shoulder instead of wrapping up and driving and putting somebody in the ground.
Or they're looking to come in and punch a ball out.
Right.
Here's what I hate.
It's a great play. It's amazing if you can pull it off. But the percentage is 10%. 9 out of 10 times you're not going to punch the ball out. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Anytime a defensive coordinator, I'll do it here. All right,
I'm gone. Thank you, Steve Roman.
No, I hate a defensive coordinator that relies on the blitz because it's like, oh, he'll get a blitz. No, because a good quarterback sees the blitz on the left side, and the receiver or the running back drifts out. It's Spagnuolo did that for a long time, and he also was. He coached the best defense one year, and the next year the worst twice. He was the defense coordinator on the worst defensive team in the league twice. Once with the Giants and once with I think the Saints. So these guys, blitz. Yeah, sure. If you play the chess game and the guy goes blowing through, but if you don't play the chess, good luck doing that to Tom Brady, for Christ's sake. Anyway, the fucking Giants stink. The Cowboys, they just seem like they lose. Dave, I know you're a Cowboy fan. You're going to be defensive, but it seems like they lose.
I'm not always defensive.
Why is it?
Team.
You are a little bit. It brings anger out of you. I could see it.
No. It brings anger out of me when I know the person's wrong in their argument. That's all.
Well, I think the Cowboys seem to lose big games a lot. Why is that?
What?
The Cowboys seem to lose these big games a lot. I don't know why.
I don't understand.
Fourth quarter, there's no
actual like formula, or at least like how this happens. It just seems to be the MO for this year. They're 10-5, right? They're 7-0 at home, and they're 3-5 on the road.
5 on the road.
So it's like, okay, there's an issue on the road. Now, I also put up, and it sounds silly, but it could be a thing. No, but it could be a thing. Think about the places that they've lost. Miami, Philadelphia, where else on the road?
Arizona.
Arizona was on the road, but they have an artificial game. What I'm saying is the Cowboys seem to be slower. Buffalo, when it's grass outside. That's just the thing that I've noticed, that I'm just like, all right, Pollard doesn't have the burst here, and CD didn't make his break like he normally does here, and Dak
in the playoffs,
gun shy,
and that's the problem.
Well, that's the problem, dude.
They're going to be on the road, right? In the playoffs.
100%. If they don't win the division
right now,
right now they'd be playing Tampa Bay on grass.
Oh wow!
And Tampa Bay, look, Baker Mayfield has his storied past, but he's playing very good ball right now.
He's dangerous.
He woke up feeling dangerous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
yes.
Baker Mayfield,
locked up in the Browns.
I think Baker Mayfield right now can beat the Cowboys. I do, and that's a sad fucking thing when the Cowboys have beaten teams by 40 fucking plus throughout the course of this year. So it's very it's alarming. They can't get it done on the road. It's weird.
Dak wasn't terrible yesterday either. He was 20 for 32. He had 253
His stats won't show that. His stats won't show that, but he will. The stats won't show the amount of times that he decided to hold on to the ball too long, take this sack, take that sack, and it seemed like his cornhole was a little unlevel. Exactly. What can help? What can help that, Jimmy?
Well, it brings us to cornholelevel.com. That's right. Listen, go to cornholelevel.com. These things are $19.95 for a post-holiday sale. Perfect for getting ready for spring. You hook this right on your cornhole. Steve, you've been there. And it totally levels the board. It's great. My buddy runs the company. You get 20% off when you mention the JP Show. And they, of course, are the sponsor of the unbelievably accurate, based upon the New York Post thing I showed you, my Jimmy Palumbo NFL Stinks List, sponsored by cornholelevel.com. Now, Pat Volkemer thinks he hates this thing when I do it. He thinks I should go in depth on every team. That's not what it's a Stinks List. It's not a Stinks Hour show. I'll leave that for Steve Roman when he does his own show. I have Miami Dolphins as very good. Buffalo Bills, good. Jets, Patriots stink. Baltimore Ravens as very good. I also have, in a rare moment of maybe the holiday COVID spirit, I have your Cleveland Browns at 10-5 as very good. I don't know. I like the way they play.
Joe Flacco.
Flacco's lighting it up.
Amazing.
Oh, you know what? I switched from one guinea to another. The Pittsburgh Steelers are average. The Bengals stink. The AFC South is really the AFC stink. Jacksonville, Colts, Texans, Titans. You guys all stink. AFC West. I'm sorry. I've been watching the Chiefs. Do I really need to see Mahomes yell? I love it too. He's average. Taylor Swift, get the fuck out of the box. The Raiders are average. Denver Broncos stink. Chargers stink. I think the Chiefs I don't think they played well all year. And I'm just tired of Mahomes yelling and screaming on the sideline. That rah-rah thing works until it doesn't work.
Did you see, Chris brought this to my attention. Did you see the Travis Kelce interaction with Andy Reid? So Travis Kelce comes off the field frustrated, throws his helmet, right, in frustration, just like some quarterbacks do or whatever. And some coach tried to give Kelce back his helmet. Andy Reid took his helmet and threw it. Said, "You're not going back in there." How about that? How about Andy Reid saying, "Fuck you, fuck the Swifties, get on the bench"?
Oh, that's great.
That's
Andy Reid.
I didn't see that.
I missed that. That's great.
Chris told me that this morning. I didn't see it either, and I watched the whole game.
I just know he was fired
and you guys got to remember, Andy Reid's son's in jail too, so he lost his other son. So I always feel there's like an underlying perculating thing with Andy Reid. Huge fan, love Andy Reid, but you got a guy like Kelce who's
first of all,
Jimmy.
Andy Reid's the best coach in football.
I love it. I mean, I love everything about him. I just feel like when Kelce's acting like a baby like that,
well, Mahomes is run all over the place.
Them, bro. They're like
Mahomes has become. He's so
killed
crazy.
His whole reputation.
Well, Kelce should be your favorite player in the league, Jimmy, considering he's endorsing all the vaccines. But I will say
something else. Too.
I will say, like, since that whole thing. Like, this team is plagued, and it's you can't.
They're troubled.
You can't be happier about it because it couldn't have happened to two bigger bitches.
Well,
because and I used to be a Travis Kelce guy.
Me too.
And I can't get behind it anymore. And now Patrick Mahomes, it started with the Josh Allen thing, but now it's just like all you do is bitch and moan. And it's like, we get it. You're the best in the world at what you do when the football's in your hand. But man, oh man, you lose luster when you just sell out.
You behave like that. Tyreek Hill. How do you like Tyreek Hill in Miami? It wasn't going to affect them. They said,
you know what I like?
Yes, it was.
I like the Jimmy Palumbo stinks list. So let's get back to this.
Okay, of course.
The Philadelphia Eagles, good. Dallas Cowboys, good. Giants, Commanders, stink. Detroit Lions, very good. I almost put the Cowboys at average, but I can't do it. You win. You got 10 wins. You can't do it. Minnesota Vikings, average. Packers and Bears stink. Tampa Bay is average at 8-7. That whole division blows. Falcons, Saints, and Panthers, I think you all stink. 49ers, I dropped to a good for two reasons. They got their ass kicked last night, I thought, and the Giants played them pretty well. And we got Rams and Seahawks as average, and your Arizona beats the Cowboy Cardinals. They still stink. So I got 17 stinks, 7 averages, 4 goods, and 4 very goods. I do have to make a comment about Dave's son's favorite team, the Jets. Listen, for the 11 people that were watching that Jet game, here's what I hate about NFL coaches. I feel this way about Franklin on Penn State too. When you're up 27-7 and there's like a whole game left, and the coach is smiling and hugging, and I like the Bill Belichick, Andy Reid. Like, there's no smiling. There's no till the game is over. There's no. And Salah's like, look, he's like, yeah, love you, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. Next thing you know, it's 28-27, and you look like a douche. What Jet fan was comfortable at 27-7? Not my friends, they weren't. The fact that the Jets gave up the lead in that game is just, I'm sorry, I know the Jets won it, but the Jets, man, that coach, that smiling shit, he's too good looking to be a coach.
He's not. No,
he's got the bald head. He's in shape. Fuck him.
Big deal. He's in shape.
He runs
up and down the bleachers.
Yeah, I don't want to please.
More bullshit 30-30. Get out of here already. Enough of you.
He should be running the Colonia High School medal stands up there. That would be way more impressive.
Bring back Rich Kotite.
I had to.
Richie.
I did that for Mitch. I did that for Mitch Weisenstein because he's a Jet fan. He's frustrated. And he should be on my Patreon too, Mitch. Let's go. people that comment on the show and are not on Patreon. What are we doing?
No. It feels like Jimmy sees blood in the water when he sees somebody comment like,
yes.
That guy's not on my Patreon list.
Patreon.
Hey, what's up, Mitch?
Hey, Mitch, long time no see. Love you and your family. Say hello to your
and just put your credit card information in the comments.
I think your dad. I think I saw you post something with your dad. Tell him I said hello. If it was an old picture, then well, you know what I'm saying. Say hello to the family. All right. Well, that's my stinks list. Rutgers basketball. We stink. They're on my stinks list. They played Mississippi State. And everybody thinks, John Rutgers, and they don't care. If I was on Rutgers basketball, I would score at least 12 points a game because if I'm wide open, I'll hit a shot. Rutgers can't shoot. They can't hit free throws. They can't.
When did they get these kids? When did they get the new kids?
Next year.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling you right now, they're not going to make the tournament this year. Not a chance in hell. And then next year, if they start on with those two studs, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, and they're like, and Rutgers.
Wait. Do they hit the trade portal before the season starts?
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? And what if Rutgers starts out like 5-4 and Rutgers wants to call timeout? And all of a sudden, Pico went from being God, and all of a sudden he's gonna start looking like Tommy DeVito now on the sideline. No, Rutgers will be better next year. I think this year's team is just off. I don't know. It annoyed the shit out of me. Rutgers got a huge bowl game on Thursday. One of the most exciting bowl games of the year. Rutgers playing Miami inside the Miami 5. It's supposed to be 48 degrees and raining on Thursday. Okay. So for the 11 people that are going to that game, I will not be there because I have the vid, which will shorten it now. I can't go there and spread the germs.
Yeah, outdoors weird. But go ahead.
Yeah, blowing and people. I'll be screaming at the team anyway, so I'll be shouting my spitlets for like 30 yards,
spreading it miles.
I think Rutgers is going to get blown out against Miami. I don't know why. I just do. In my pool, I'm in one of those awful bowl pools. I'm 11-6 so far. And what I laugh about this
There's been 17 bowls already played.
Yeah.
Jeez,
here's the funny part. Like, I laugh at things like
11-6.
Some of these games, like, like I won the Louisiana Jacksonville State game. Like,
good job.
I'm sure guys like Kyle know all this shit, but like,
this is Christmas season for him.
Oh,
like he cleans up during this.
Like
kind
Arkansas
of shit.
State, Northern Illinois got beat there. Like,
darn.
It's like, who knows about these games? But of course, you can bet them on all these different websites and Kyle's service and all that shit. But I'm 11-6. I think Rutgers going to lose. Which brings us to.
Hey, wait! Before you get to that, so next Tuesday is going to be the date is the 2nd. So the games will actually have been played on New Year's Day. Do you have picks? Who do you think is coming out of the playoff here?
Let's see. I'll tell you.
Who's playing who?
Let's see. I'm trying to get the right.
It's Michigan.
I made my picks. I have. Okay, I totally made the asshole move. I have Alabama beat Michigan, and
that's not all right. Fine.
I have Washington beating Texas, and I have the national champion Alabama-Washington game. I have the Alabama Crimson Tide winning the whole damn thing. I think they're pissed. They got a little chip on their shoulder. And I have the tiebreaker at 54 points. That was my prediction. For some reason, Washington, that coach, and I said, Washington didn't play the schedule that Michigan and Texas always did. But, like, I think that guy's like, we didn't lose a fucking game, and we're not going to lose a game. I really think, I think they're going to play well, and I think they're going to get in. But, I have no idea. I think I got Ohio State beating Missouri. That's a shit game. I got Ole Miss beating Penn State, but that's with the 3.5. I think that game's going to be close. Anyway, that's my prediction. I got Alabama, Washington, and Alabama winning it. What, by the way, is the national championship game? It's played like on April 9th, right? That's how they do that?
Basically.
It's like Easter Sunday?
It's the following Monday.
Right. I know the NFL season ends July 6th. That I know because we watch that.
Right.
And hockey season will be midway in July.
Hey, listen.
I don't have New York
best
Rangers.
Team in hockey right now are the New York Rangers. And that's not me just saying, oh, they're the best in the league. No, like record-wise, they're the best team in hockey right now, and it's an exciting time.
When's the last time they were the best team in hockey? Even when they won it, they weren't the best team.
No, they were a couple years back. They were when they lost the cup in 14, they won the President's Trophy, which means you finished the regular season as the best record, but they lost into the cup. So that's probably the last time they were the best team in the league. They got a nice, fun team right now. The Garden's rocking right now. The New York Knicks, they don't suck as bad.
I wanted to do my absolute eyewear sponsoring us. 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 732-326-3937, owned by Craig and Janine Michaud. Of course, Janine is a huge Knick fan, as well as a Giant fan as well. Go check these places out. Go check the place out. Prescription eyewear, all kinds of stuff going on there. They have Ray-Ban, Coach, Ralph Lauren, Dave Sturchio's Jimmy Choo, Silhouette, Michael Kors Light, Vogue, Maui Jim, Costa Del Mar, and what, Dave?
Charles Oakley's kids.
And Charles Oakley's kids will hang out and babysit your kids while you're looking for glasses. Dave's brought his kids there.
While Janine's on the roof trying to fix the air conditioning by herself.
It's nice. It's nice and warm there now. It's nice and warm there in July too.
I tell you what, it's good to have these guys as partners with pretty much everything that you do and we do. Because I was sitting there at Christmas Eve, and somebody was like, "God damn, I need these glasses." I was like, "Well, if you want, you can go over there to Absolute Irish." She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You too can get $100 off." I felt like a fucking infomercial. And sure as shit, she's like, "Oh, I will." And I was like, "All right, there we go."
I will. I think they've been sponsoring the show since day one, and maybe they sold 3 pairs of glasses. I don't know, but
listen,
they're the best sponsor of Chop and the Jimmy Palumbo Show. They're open 5 days a week. I'm not going to ask Steve. He failed so miserably last time. He didn't do his homework. Go check it out. Absolute Eyewear. God bless America here from the Omni.
And
now
they're
the Knicks.
They're sponsoring the Knicks report. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I love it.
I was first of all, Saturday when the Knicks played and they got their ass kicked, I was like, you know what? I'm so sick of this shit.
What, from the Milwaukee game?
Yeah, but yesterday though, they
Christmas miracles do exist.
Yeah, right. They sure do.
The announcers were always trying to, here we go. There's always enough time. And I'm like, no, not today. The Knicks are not losing this game. They were Knicks, all the celebrities in the front row and shit. I'm like, this is awesome. I got a kick out of that. Brunson played well. And what's the other guy? Was hitting jumpers. Randall, of course. I still laugh. My favorite thing about Randall is the guy scores 20 points a game for the last 15 years now. Okay. But I laugh that he thinks if you ask Randall, are you better than Kevin Durant? He'd be like, of course I am. He thinks he's like LeBron, Durant.
And look, you need that kind of swagger. You do, but you got to also come to reality that you can't even dribble, my man.
I know, but you know what?
And stop your temper tantrums when things don't go your way.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? When he goes to the hole in that sloppy way, and somehow the ball goes in, it's like
every time he dribbles up here too.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing?
You're
like, how about when he gets a rebound and he dribbles for a little bit? You're like, no, give it Brunson. If I was the coach of Knicks, I'd be like, the minute and he gets a rebound, you have to literally run up to his face and say, give me the ball right now.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, he always put his stats. You can't argue with this guy, man. He's one of the.
He's legit. He's one of the top 25 best players in the NBA.
He might even
top 25.
I'm going to go 25 with him.
25.
Yeah, and he's probably like 24 if we go through the list.
But 2 years ago, Julius Randle, I'm like, this guy's top 5 player in the league.
Oh, we were happy to have him. We're like, we got somebody.
Listen now, Steve.
Right.
You're new to the show, and
Jimmy. I'm old.
Me and Dave have tallied up the days that the Knicks have been good in the last 4 years. Right now, we said it's 3.5 weeks. It's
a calendar week. It's a calendar week.
Days. You guys got 7 days.
So Sunday's game only counts as a day. So I have them since we've been doing this show. The Knicks have been good for 26 days. I think that's what it is. And it's literally.
Do you remember when Chop Sports I hosted a watch party for their playoff game against the Hawks at Big Shots, and I'm like, this is great. We're in the playoffs. It's going to be good. And then fucking Trae Young was just like, suck all my dick. That fucking Trae Young looks like still the best joke I ever heard about Trae Young is that he looks like a lollipop. No. He looks like a lollipop you found under the couch.
I know.
That's
like hairs all over.
That's hysterical.
That's a great one.
Funny. Yeah, but
the candy in the mother in your mom's bottom of her pocketbook while you're waiting online.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
My mom, anyway.
The Knicks. The
Was
Knicks
so
are.
big.
I don't know how good how good are the Knicks? I don't really know.
Well, the East.
They're not
the East
good,
doesn't.
Jimmy.
And it's not even that.
They're not good. The top 10 best teams in the NBA will shred the Knicks on any night.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
Come
the
on,
thing,
you
and that's the
guess.
thing. I'll say this now, and I'll probably say this on my other Jersey Boys podcast for the Cowboys because it's relatable. I don't look necessarily right now at the teams as constructed when the teams are like right around the cusp of being either decent or good, right? So what I mean is I look at the landscape. When I look at the Cowboys, I'm like, all right, well, they're not doing this on the road and they stink here and then they played shit there. But if I look around the NFC, I see the Niners and I see the Eagles, right? I look at the Knicks right now in the same way where I'm like, well, I'm not looking at their win-loss right now. I'm looking at like how high can they finish in the East? You know what I mean? Because how many teams in the East can take down the Knicks right now? Milwaukee is one of them that looks. Miami probably will give them fits. If you get in the playoffs at the 4 or the 5, you're in this thing.
You don't think the Celtics have it over the Knicks?
Too? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking off the top of my head, but I'm just
right.
like
I know what you mean. You know what it is?
You're
when
like
you look
middle
at
of the
Knicks,
pack right now.
Like what I hate about
East.
the Knicks is that, like in the NFL, the team that wins that AFC South, they can win the Super Bowl. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it plays out.
But in the
NBA,
the Knicks. Can the Knicks win a playoff round? Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Then they have to win another 7-game series, and then they have
they need career performances every game with somebody.
It's not happening. It's never going to happen. Brunson is really a very good point guard. He's excellent. He's good for 25, 10.
Yeah, but they'll double down on him and everybody else.
He becomes obsolete. Now you get after the next guy.
We don't have a center.
You shut down. You don't have. Who do we have? Haverstein. Who is he? What the German Jägermeister? I mean, what's going on? No
playoffs.
DiVincenzo. We got a bunch of guineas in New York.
Yeah, we need more. You know what? We need
DiVincenzo. I like him.
I like him. I think we need more Italians on the Knicks.
Yeah, well, DeVito's trying out. We'll see how that works out.
DeVito's going to be the sixth
He's
man.
trying out against
DiVincenzo.
It's a one-on-one for a slice of Elio's.
Let me ask you, Dave. Elio's Pizza, of course.
There you go, Jimmy. Yeah.
You don't think I know what that is?
Now Jimmy's going to be like, I can't taste it.
Stop ruining my joke, dude. You don't think I know what that is? I know you know what it is.
Steve Roman with a haymaker. Palumbo steps aside and quick.
Was that in slow motion? Was that in slow motion? Just kind of duck off the side.
Yeah, just go a little bit like that. There we go.
Bink. Oh, anybody see Wilder get his fucking face blown off in boxing? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He got his fucking face rearranged.
Yes, that was very nice.
That guy used to be the most lethal looking dude anybody's ever seen. Like, if you see Deontay Wilder in the streets, that's one guy you're not going to fight.
Leave alone.
You're going to leave him alone. You're not even going to say good day, sir. You're just going to walk right by him.
Right.
But now, after seeing him get trounced like that, I'm just like, well, I still won't mess with him, but still.
I have my daughter run up to him and go, "What happened?" Go, sure, Julia, go. That's all right. She's 10. Handle it. Send her right down. She's a good athlete. Take care of it. But no, that was some beating.
Rough. Anyway,
let me. No, it's okay. Hey, you guys. I'm glad you guys are having fun on my show.
Thank you.
Having a ball here.
1 minute.
Yeah, I'm like, listen. I was just during my show. I was hanging out with Thibodeau and Parsons. I just take some time off. Did you get any good Christmas gifts, Dave?
I stopped doing the gifts thing. It's just focused on the kids now.
So you made it sound like you don't do the COVID thing now. That Christmas gift now we don't do.
Well,
that.
no, I mean did
you get your wife a Christmas gift?
No, we don't do gifts anymore.
I stopped.
But Jimmy, do the math. Do the math. Right? We share a fucking bank account. What are we doing here? Like, hey, I'm gonna go get you something real quick, but you're gonna see where I shopped. Like, what am I supposed to do? Throw it on a credit card and then pay it off and all this other shit?
You find a little something. It doesn't have to be expensive. Get a little something you think she might appreciate. She can get you a little fucking cowboy koozie or something like that. I mean, come on now. That's the scratchy Joey Bozzella for 3. He's got it. We're tired of anyone.
My father always takes care of me. My father always takes care of me. Gives me
your wife is
couple shekels.
You guys are the Grinches over there. What was your favorite gift you gave your kids?
I got Stella a big girl bed, so she's graduating from the crib officially. Like, she doesn't have a crib. We took the side off, right? She's been doing that for a little while. Now she wants like headboard, big girl bed.
She's in a regular bed now.
She's gonna get that, yeah. So we kind of put that together. And then Miles.
Miles. I saw one toy he got.
Oh boy! So I got super excited. My brother, actually was the one. His uncle Danny was the one to give him this gift, and he goes, "I'm not sure if you're allowed to be getting into this yet, but right because he's 2, right?
Right.
He starts opening this gift, and I see a logo, and Steph sees it. Steph sees it. She goes, "Oh fuck!" Right? And I was like, "Oh my god, it's a fucking wrestler." He got a fucking brand new ring, professional wrestling ring. 2 wrestlers come with it. I felt like I was a kid again. And let me tell you something. Actually, you know what?
So really, your brother got you a Christmas gift.
Basically, my brother got me.
And you're going to share with Miles. You're going to share that with him a little bit. Make sure he plays with it.
Here's the audio. Hold on. Here we go. So I give him this wrestler, The Rock, right? And I was like, "Here's The Rock." And I said, "Miles, this is The Rock, right?" 8 seconds later, this is where I get from him. "Who's that in your hand?" The Rock. Bro. Stud. He's got an elephant's brain. He knows what he's talking about. But yeah, so we got him. He got himself a wrestling ring. He's very.
You know what I'm going to do next April? I'm going to say, hey, who's batting fourth on the Yankees? And little Miles is going to say, Giancarlo. Oh, you know what he'll probably say to me? The Rock. The Rock is back.
Oh yeah, The Rock's going to be everybody now.
That's very funny.
Yes.
What about you, Steve? What did you get for Christmas? Did you give anybody a nice gift or what?
His presence on this show.
Yeah. No, that's it.
The gift that keeps giving.
That's it.
2024. That'll do it.
My girls got some. Uggs, some shoes. What else did they get?
Hang on one second.
Spoiled.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
I got the headphones. I got the new headphones.
Oh,
that he's not using. But I just
got them. I'm figuring it out.
Yeah,
these are the ones that
you had all day. You had all day to figure it out.
Blow it out your ass.
And just
careful. Martin might get upset right now.
Listen, already. I said ass. I've been so good for weeks.
We can't curse. My buddy Martin.
I didn't curse. I said ass.
Oh, there you go.
Man, look at him. He's ready to go.
Trying to hook up. So next week, when you guys don't have me, and I get. Thanks for coming out for I'll find the show out under a bridge, and I'll have some good equipment.
Martin Walczak is saying don't curse because she's sitting at the table with. How you doing, Mom? I did curse a little more on this show. That's because
I haven't cursed at all. I've been much better.
You've been much better. You're
much better.
You know what, Steve? You're going to get the free home version of the Jimmy Palumbo Show.
I also want the extra cornhole leveler, which I've been waiting.
When are you doing your own podcast?
We're going to talk this week.
We're going to talk about that. You ready? You're Dave and Jimmy. You're ready to move on. You guys are ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for you to move on. I want to be on your show. I'll be your first guest.
That'll be fantastic. What do you think about bringing in Frank Catalinato? You guys, you know who Frank Catalinato
is? Of course I do.
Frank Caliendo?
Frank Catalinato, the baseball player.
Oh no, I would have
much rather have.
I thought you meant Caliendo too.
I'm not that big. Come on, I gotta try to get somebody on here.
First of all,
Catalinato, baseball player.
I'm gonna come on your show and take off from the foul line and do a sky jam over everyone.
Do it.
And Palumbo is lighting it up here.
Like Dominique Wilkins.
Now that you got your headphones and your microphone, took you 2.5 months to get all that.
6 months.
I told you to go to the.
I got it. Stop pitching.
Guitar World and do that in 35 seconds.
These headphones are. What's his name uses these headphones?
Francis.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Well, listen, the Steve. What's it going to be called? The Steve Roman Show. Are you going to have some catchy phrase?
No, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're going to have you involved. We'll have a brainstorming session, and then we'll try to throw it out there.
At the end of the credits, it'll just say executive producer Jimmy Palumbo.
And
people be like, "Oh, Jimmy's producing podcasts now." That's what he does.
Speaking of film, just out of curiosity, and I know Jimmy, you can't because you can't leave the fucking house yet. But when you do want to leave the house and you do get out there to the public, will you entertain to go see The Iron Claw? Have you heard about this movie?
No.
All right. Well, obviously you're not a wrestling fan, so you probably don't know this. But there's a movie that was just made about the Von Erich family. And the Von Erichs are one of the
I
most
did
popular.
see an ad for that. I saw it. I didn't know. I was
It
like,
looks
it does look.
fantastic.
It did look cool. I did,
And I
see
gotta
the
go
ad for
see it.
that.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
What now? What? The who? The Von Erichs?
Von Erichs, Kerry Von Erich, the whole Von Erich family from Texas. It's a tragic story, actually.
They
It's a very
married
tragic story.
They married the Von Trapp family, and they sing in the hills and
Are
they
they
wrestle.
new? Are these guys newer, Dave? Or are they older?
No. This is way back in the day. This
way
is
back.
way back. But like
The
Zac Efron,
Sturchios are alive.
Zac
So, like,
Efron
back
plays
in the
in it.
day with Bob
Wrestling.
Backlund, guys like that, Superfly Jimmy Snooker, or
fucking
back
Joey. Yeah, like Joey, open your brain. Open your
Joey-
brain just a
Joey,
little bit.
yeah, I got the Waltzaks are listening to the show now. We got
What year, Dave?
The Von Erichs, like
Yeah.
70s, 80s.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
like the Wild Samoans. Like,
Sure, yeah, great.
Yeah,
but
right.
they're like a royal family in wrestling, the Von Erichs. So,
it's not like Chief J Strongbow.
but I'm telling you, like, and I'm not just.
Right, there's another one.
There's it's
the Iron
like
Sheik.
Zac Efron plays one of the guys, so that they casted this really well. And like I said, I want to go see it, but I figured you're the movie enthusiast yourself, and I figured you'd go see it.
Why don't they just put it on Channel 9 like the old wrestling days on Friday night? That's probably where they were on here in this
Right.
area.
Yeah,
We don't
probably.
ever talk about the old wrestlers. I didn't
Yeah.
know you.
So
big wrestling
Neil
guy.
Neil Goldhaber went from the doctor, now he's a movie critic. Tell me about Ferrari.
Yeah, no, I heard about Ferrari too.
I
I
heard
heard
that's
Ferrari's great.
really good. I heard that's fantastic.
I just
Look, I'm just very excited to see like 2024 trailers now. You know what I mean? Like now that SAG is done and that's settled, like now you're starting to see the promotion of some of these movies that are dropping. Even the series, like even like NBC, ABC, they're getting all their sitcoms back and shit. Like
and more
I'm
shows
pumped.
that I'm not on.
Well, yeah,
The,
I mean, you get
Court, whatever that show they brought back, the Court show was
Listen,
pretty
The
popular.
bottom line is for $9.95, you go to Colonial Penn. That's what Jimmy Palumbo needs.
and who knows? Maybe that commercial will air during fucking Grey's Anatomy.
I'm telling you right now, that commercial
would
I
be
did is lining up for a 57-yarder to win it in the wind
in the
here.
wind and in hail,
And
and
on the grass at Tampa Bay. Can Palumbo hit one here?
it's 3 inches of snow right there where he's
Doesn't
going to
Tom
spot it.
Selleck do that Colonial Penn commercial where you can
Not anymore.
reverse mortgage? No, I know. I think
Well,
you
listen,
can.
I'm very close to all that. I need life insurance, reverse mortgages. I need
That's
you know,
really
Let me ask you
exciting.
something, Jimmy. Let me ask you something. True. like,
colostomybags.com.
surrounding this whole full circle thing, right? This whole full circle of this episode. If right now your agent called you and said, look, they saw your tapes, they know who you are, and it's like the second coming of NYPD Blue, it's about to go off. It's about to be the biggest thing to ever hit the fucking airwaves. Sorry about all my cursing, but anyway, if they said, Jimmy, you got to get down here today, would you go?
Yes.
No. Let the professional answer the question under the gun.
Fucking-
Would you go today without
would-
and then they're gonna be like,
to work on
and
it. First of all, it wouldn't
guarantee
work.
you they wouldn't ask you for a fucking COVID test. They would not. They would be like, hey,
Well,
come on down.
that they do ask you, have you tested positive for COVID?
And if you were to say
Why
5
did
days
you
ago,
say that?
yes.
well,
Dave.
first of all, I
get
get
a
what you're
straight
saying.
answer.
I get what you're saying, but that's not really going to happen because it's the holiday week. So there's no
this
shows
This was
going on.
hypothetical. Are you
Hypothetical. It was a
going?
I might, you know what?
question,
I would
dodging it
I
like
tell you
the
what.
plague.
No, time out. I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't just show up on the set and not tell anybody I tested positive for COVID. No way. I couldn't live with myself. That's
Okay,
wrong.
that's fair. That's fair.
But
I
I'd be
think
like-
that's
I wouldn't go
ridiculous.
that
If I
route.
was
I would
his
just
agent,
go kill the
I would
role.
drag
But, you know,
him
that's just
there.
me.
Drag him by the back of the scruff.
listen, my agents are wonderful people over there at Henderson Hogan and KMR and Stewart Talent and Abrams and A3 artists and
Harvey Weinstein. And you continue. Yeah.
Martin
Harvey
Wolf's mother.
Weinstein, yeah.
Martin's got to go to church now. This kid,
Taking
you
over
got to go to
Harvey
confession.
Weinstein and the brothers, the Weinstein brothers.
There you go.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to ask. But it's fine.
All right,
I'm
well,
excited
listen,
about it. though. I'm
Before you
excited about it.
leave, before you guys split, I want to do my baseball card. I got a brand new pack I'm going to open up, and I'm going to
I
do
forgot.
it real fast.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that segment.
1983 stolen base leaders. Do you guys want to take a guess?
Ricky Henderson.
Excellent. Very, very
He-
good.
he led the
There's
league
two.
in his
There's
entire
two.
career.
There's two, though. And the
Otis
National League.
Nixon.
That's a good guess. Nope.
Wait, timeout. Ricky
What
Henderson.
year?
is
Played
two-
for the Yankees, too. 1983. Both played for the Yankees. And in 1983, neither one were a Yankee.
Rock Range.
Very good, Jimmy.
Tim Raines, really?
Very
And
good.
Tim
Yeah.
Ray Palumbo
Very
for
good.
three
Oh.
and got it. And we're
Did
tied
you
at
see
8.
that?
I just
Wow,
lit
yeah.
you up.
It's very good, Jimmy.
Very
Rock
good,
Range.
guys. And 1983 last card, strikeout leaders. 1983.
Pitching, like, or
Kingman?
like
No,
shitting?
Pitching strikeout leaders. If you want the
Clemens?
team, tell me. I'll give you the teams.
Was Clemens around by then?
No.
No,
Nolan
going
Ryan.
back further.
Nolan Ryan?
Nolan
No.
Ryan.
No.
83. Hang on a second.
1983, fellas.
Oh.
I'm going to give you the teams. The Philadelphia Phillies from the National
Steve
League.
Carlton.
Good, Dave.
No, I
Very
totally,
good.
I mooched that
Nice.
off of Joey. I mooched that off of Joey. Joey had it on the, in the
Okay.
chat.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I mooched
All
it
right.
off him.
Thanks for the
So
honesty.
Joey gets it.
So
and how
Jo-
about the American League? Strikeout leader, 1983. You know him well.
83.
Played for the Tigers.
Oh, Mickey Lolich? No, 1983 would have been. I just said Mickey
Defense, did he
Lolich.
just drove off the
He
road?
just drove off the road.
Wait, who's that? It's
Jack
backwards.
Morris.
Oh,
Jack Morris.
Who I don't think is in the Hall of Fame. Did he? He should be.
I think he is in the Hall of Fame.
And Joey Pizzella doesn't like when we do the baseball cards. Well, Joey, what can I tell
Joey,
you?
whatever. I'm on board here.
How's
for
the
a few
gum?
more minutes.
Open. How's the gum? Is the gum
It's
breaking apart?
disintegrated. I have more cards, but we don't want to overdo it. And I don't
No,
want
we
to get
don't. But that
booed.
was a good one.
No.
though. That was a
Okay,
good
Well, listen,
pretty good,
one.
right?
Trivia is always good. I always like
Okay,
trivia.
do
This is
quick,
this is
right?
turning into a mini series now. This show. Well, listen.
Shoot.
Happy New Year. We won't listen. We won't be on this show till next year. I hate that joke. I said it anyway.
No, you didn't just do. Did I miss?
I
the scene
did.
next year?
Oh, yeah. So great.
You're that guy at the
I'm
office.
definitely that guy for sure.
You're at the water cooler,
No
like
doubt about it.
Susie. Hey, see
First
you
of
later.
all,
No,
okay.
see you next year. It's
Okay,
like, you
Dave. Do
piece
you know
of
how many
shit.
times with my daughter's knee surgery since then I've done the say hi to your knee joke? I mean, that's just.
Oh God.
I every day I say, don't forget that. Say hi to your knee. She laughs.
Well, tell
get
her
it.
this one. Ask her who invented the miniskirt. Who invented the miniskirt, Jimmy?
Chris Gucci.
Seymour Heine.
I like it. I
All
love it.
I like it.
All
And-
right, it's
Roman
clean.
drains one at the
And
buzzer.
Steve Roman's last seconds of all time on this show until he goes to his. By the way, Steve, if you're going to do your own show in the new year, I think that's great. I say you should do it. What are you waiting for? Turn the microphone on, write a check to Dave Sturchio, and boom, you are live. You are live.
Thank you.
And next thing you know, Venmo every Friday you'll get a little message. You think,
Oh, he knows.
oh,
I've been sending them
Dave,
invoices.
Dave's trying to say hello to me. Maybe he's saying, have a good weekend. Nope. You. And then if
Listen.
I don't send it right away, I get a long paragraph.
Listen to
I'm
me.
like, you know,
I'm a businessman. Okay, I gotta get business. I
feel
gotta
like I'm
pick
part
up
of
the slack.
Yeah,
And in the new year, I got a lot of shit lined up. So I'm going to actually shrink my client list down because I got other things I got to do. So play your cards right, and I still might help you out. If not, you're on your fucking
first
own.
First of all, you are not getting rid of the aging Jimmy.
I don't know, man.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna-
The rates will increase in 2024.
Oh boy.
No. That's not gonna happen.
Not you guys. Not you two. You two guys are grandfathered into the Dave Sturchio.
Grandfathered in.
brother
Grandfathered in. There's no grandfather. I am the grandfather.
You're the godfather.
All right, listen. This show was crazy. Jimmy Key.
Steve Colton.
Steve
That's
Carlton.
how we bring it all
Morris.
together.
First
This
of all,
show
I
is
want to
great.
know.
Jimmy Key.
Mickey Lolich was mentioned. I just can't understand this. Oh my God. Well,
Gary
listen.
Gaetti.
Oh, Gary Gaetti.
Lottie Smith.
Jimmy, you know what you're doing right now, or at least Steve's doing it. I think there was a status on Chop Sports where it's like sports are the only thing that guys can just randomly name guys
Yeah,
for
you're right.
hours
It's
on
so
end.
true.
And people,
I love that. My
Yeah.
show, I'm
Listen.
doing that one whole episode.
I was thinking about getting into therapy like Lisa Ruane, which I forgot to mention, at 201-725-1251.
Here's our special
And Tommy
guest.
Plinio's Pine Tar and Grill. I swear to God, I was thinking about becoming a therapist. And when you sit down in front of me, all I do is say, like, okay, how are you? I'm not doing so good. I just go, Eddie Lee Wilkins. And then, it's like, and then they talk for 10 minutes how miserable their life. And then I say, Ron Babe Hassey.
and
All my response is I name players from the 70s and 80s.
and
That's it.
I will bring this back just
Having
because
Tourette's.
it's, just
so
because
everything's
it's my
going well. Dusty
Yeah, no.
Baker.
yeah no
So,
it's,
yeah,
it's
you
like
didn't hear about
my
Dusty
favorite
Baker.
my favorite still to this day, my favorite thing as of recent memory is the filming of Beer League, the series, at the gym, and he's outside, and I'm like getting behind the scenes stuff, and he's just like he's doing like this air guitar, but then he's like J-Nu.
J-Nu.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, but he's talking about Newman or Newsom or whoever the fuck you're talking about.
My God.
Anyway.
Well, first of all, Joey Pizzella just typed in Celerino Sanchez. Do you know how
Felipe Alou.
What I'm about to say on this show?
Mike Hargrove.
This is the most unimportant information you're ever going to hear about sports. What's going to come out of my mouth right now? Jim Spencer's dead. The
Chicken Stanley?
No, Fred Stanley. First of all, Celerino Sanchez died in his driveway. He was fixing his car, and he didn't put the block of wood behind, and the car rolled back and killed him. That's how Celerino Sanchez died. That is information that don't need.
That's not funny. It's Christmas.
And Jim Spencer dropped dead of a heart attack. I think Fred Stanley's dead. Felipe Alou's dead. Horace Clark's still alive, I think. Anyway, all right, Joey.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of this show now. I gotta get the. All right, listen, everybody. Happy New Year. Be safe.
Shout out to Lou Whitaker. Like to shout out to Lou Whitaker. Thanks for joining
Steve,
us. This
you desperately need your own show. Trust me on this.
Danny Tartable's getting involved here. All right, I'm out.
Danny Tartable. That's a Stephen Diddy
Beast.
guy right there. Whenever a Yankee hits a home run when they're up 8-0, and the Yankee hits a home run and make it 8-1, he'll just text me Danny Tartable. He's convinced Stephen Diddy, and someone do research on this. Maybe Kyle. Stephen Diddy's convinced that every home run Steve Tartable ever hit, they were either down 8-0 or up 8-0. He never hit a meaningful home run. Is there a way to track that? Like
who? Danny Tartable.
Danny Tartable.
Yes, there might
and
be
what we
some
paid to him. What we paid to get him.
When it was 2nd and 3rd in the 9th, down by a run, 3 strikes, he was out. But when the Yankees were up 9-1, here's Tartable. He hit the ball 700
Hit a
feet.
bomb. It was like
Jesse
Barfield. Well, let's say goodnight to Ben Ogilvy. Thank you to Ben Ogilvy. I feel this could carry on all night.
Save the material.
Let's
save the material.
Too.
You know what?
Let's do some wrestling.
This material will take us into next year.
The Road Warriors. Mike Iron Sharp.
All right.
This is the end of the Jimmy.
This
is my final
last
show of the year.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me in.
I should be back. Hopefully I'm back next Tuesday. Maybe we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna do something different than the year. I guess we'll probably the second week we may do something different, Dave. I don't know. We gotta talk. Maybe we'll mix up.
Let's talk.
Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Steve, good to see you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Take care, everybody.
All right.
And you're gonna take down the tree next week or no? When is the tree coming down?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the tree down and move towards New Year's. Maybe one more. It did look nice for the studio.
It did.
Again, I want to thank Julio Franco for joining us this evening. Okay. Thank you so much, fellas.
All right.
Great seeing you. I have a piece of bubble gum for you guys when I see you.
Okay.
All right. And we will talk soon.
All right. The Jimmy Palumbo Show.
Talking soon.
The Jimmy Palumbo Show.
Jimmy Palumbo Show. And a thank you to Chris Chambliss.
I'm gonna get a fucking
Chambliss.
listen. I'm gonna get a text in 3 minutes. He doesn't shut the fuck up.
Get him off.
Listen,
anything at all for him to do.
You sound like a young Mike Freedy. Steven, did he just throw off the road? Let's bring him back. Hey,
let's go away
Steve.
from the boat.
All right. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank you.
I love you.
Be well. Hopefully your daughter is well. Your family's well. And
we'll see. Nobody cares about me. All right. We'll see you.
Be well.
Nobody
Take care.
gives a shit.
Assholes on my show.
Fucking
Next week, the show will be just with